Here she goes again. Hide your face, hide your neck, duck your head, wear an NFL football helmet when you are playing in a game versus DiJonai Carrington. Fresh off of clotheslining, a Kane and Undertaker clothesline from hell that she delivered to Sophie Cunningham. This girl is right back on the court, hitting people upside the head once again.
Hands up, swipe for the ball with our right hand while poking the player in the eye with the left hand.
The eyeball. We're poking eyeballs out again. Is that what we're doing? We're eye gouging again?
The tale of today is everything but typical. Fans of the WNBA are already responding to new events that raise important questions. After 2 hard fouls, DiJonai Carrington allegedly left, which fueled the escalating issue even more. Many fans are now wondering what actually transpired and if this circumstance points to a larger issue. What actually took place, and what will happen next? As we dissect everything, stick with me to the very end. Let's go right to the story for today. There comes a time when a pattern in athletics starts to look more like a habit than bad luck. And DiJonai Carrington just got there. 4 days after being sent off for a blatant 2 on Sophie Cunningham, she returned to the court against the Golden State Valkyries. She had 2 more instances of her hands landing in unsuitable areas in a single game. Cecilia Zandalicini was hit in the eye by one of them. The other struck Tiffany Hayes across the mouth. 2 different players, 2 different plays, the same game, the same pattern. This time, fans didn't hesitate to ask if it was an accident. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you enjoy the content. It may surprise you to learn that almost 73% of visitors have not yet subscribed. Even though it only takes a second and is free, it means the world to us. Have you already subscribed? Fantastic! I sincerely appreciate your help. Let's return to the video now.
I tried to tell y'all. I tried. This girl is not going to stop until she takes somebody out the league. This girl will not stop until she ends somebody's career. DiJonai Carrington, once again, with another dirty foul in less than a week, in just a couple of days apart from each other. A couple of days apart from the Sophie Cunningham hard foul. You have Mrs. Eye Poke, Mrs. Flagrant foul. I'm gonna grab your head, I'm gonna hit your head upside your head, knock you out the air. Mrs. I'm gonna pull your hair. Mrs. I'm gonna whack you on the back of your head. Mrs. Long nailed, sharp knobbed fingertips. DiJonai Carrington strikes.
During the first play, Carrington was shielding Zandalicini from the outer world. Carrington raised both of her arms, but her right hand truly went for the ball while her left swept up and over, landing solidly in Zandalicini's eye. Later in the same game, Tiffany Hayes tried a layup. Carrington jumped with her, but instead of going for the basketball, she threw her arm down and hit Hayes in the mouth. There were no technical or flagrant calls for either play. Carrington did, however, incur a technical penalty that game for arguing with the referee during the third quarter, which provides insight into her behavior before both of those violations.
And then she put both hands up right after. That's DiJonai.
Yeah, I gouged another white girl. Yeah, I gouged another white girl while wearing your Sophie Cunningham wig. I am officially. Hey, this ain't Clerks 2, but I'm taking back Sophie Cunningham's hair. I'm taking it back. You got Sophie Cunningham's hair on while you're poking the white girls in the eyeballs.
This rookie is not picking up the league's speed. This is the point at which things become serious. With a well-documented record that includes poking Caitlin Clark in the eye during the 2024 postseason, this 6-year veteran has played for 3 different teams. That one was explained away at the time. It wasn't deliberate, Clark said. Carrington said she couldn't even fathom purposefully hitting someone in the eye. Okay. People either believed her or gave her the benefit of the doubt. But once is an accident, and twice is a coincidence. After the 3rd and 4th times, all of which land on the face in contact-heavy situations, it starts to look entirely different.
They go on to defend her, the story, the narrative that she's not a dirty player. She makes plays like this all the time. I put together a little clip
of DiJonai Carrington, who is definitely one of the dirtiest players in the WNBA. I don't know if we can roll it, but she's taken her long fingernails. She's scratched Caitlin Clark's eyes out. She's had multiple instances of chasing people down from behind, trying the same swat and smashing them in the head and causing mini fights. She pulled another girl's hair. I don't know if we'll get to that clip in a second when she's falling. Totally dirty play. This is not a skin color thing. She has a history of making dirty plays, and it's fine. The NBA.
If she possesses the length, intuition, and foresight to protect multiple areas, she is undeniably a gifted basketball player. It is argued that a pattern that regularly puts other players' safety in danger cannot be justified by skill alone. And as of right now, the discussion about her has virtually completely moved from her abilities to her behavior.
Photo from the flagrant 2 on DiJonai Carrington against Sophie Cunningham, where she proceeded to go into the locker room and tweet white privilege after being thrown out of the game. Not going to comment on that situation, but I will say this. This is a flagrant 2. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, don't matter. This is a flagrant. I mean, she clotheslined her. What more do you want? So, this looks very bad. It just shows that the WNBA is nowhere near where they need to be professionally. Because again, this is a clothesline. It's flagrant.
The Valkyries game didn't just happen. So we have to go back to where this whole thing started. 4 days earlier, Carrington was involved in the most talked about foul of the WNBA season on a fast break layup. Sophie Cunningham was in the exact language used by the league to characterize a foul that was neither careless nor accidental, but deliberate enough to result in an immediate dismissal.
Posted white privilege after getting
Play, or getting kicked out and saying that the only reason she got kicked out and got upgraded is because Sophie Cunningham is white is crazy. It was a crazy thing to tweet, maybe crazier than to try to act like it had nothing to do with the play. So I have no idea what she's talking about. I don't think anybody can have any idea what she's talking about.
When it comes to DiJonai Carrington, here she is on the floor being dirty once again. The girl cannot help herself at this point. She can't help it. Take a look at this. Okay, you swing at the ball, but then you hit her all in the face with your other hand, and then you put your hands up like you didn't do nothing. You hitting her all in the face. Look at this. What
Points in 4 minutes off the bench and made a comeback 4 days later, hitting 2 more players in the face that same evening. That doesn't describe someone who was put in a difficult circumstance. That characterizes a player whose on-court aggression often goes too far against opponent after opponent, game after game. And that brings us to a tweet that has been going viral since the start of this entire tale, because it conveys a point that statistics cannot fully express on their own. The future of DiJonai Carrington's basketball career does not appear promising. Chicago committed to you for a year, but Steph White didn't want you. Cheryl Music, Reeve. The core concept is what appeals to individuals, regardless of whether that number is accurate or exaggerated for dramatic effect. Analyze the actual transaction history. He was drafted by Connecticut in 2021, moved to Dallas in February 2024, jumped from Dallas to Minnesota at the trade deadline last year, and ended up with an injury. That's 4 teams in roughly 2 years, and each time a team decided it was time to move on.
You know, DiJonai Carrington damn near decapitated Sophie Cunningham's head. And even though she bloodied Sophie Cunningham's mouth, and even though she got ejected and ran straight to Twitter after being assessed a flagrant 2, and putting white privilege in caps while tagging the Indiana Fever, we the public, we the fans of the WNBA, we the fans of Sophie Cunningham, and with the flagrant 2 and the ejection. But DiJonai is coming out to set the record straight, baby. She said that we're stupid, we lack critical thinking skills, and in no way, shape, or form would she ever use the word of white privilege.
Fit, rebuilding, or just business could be the reason for a player's numerous transfers. It's also not a coincidence, though, that a number of head coaches have essentially declined to bring her back, and the majority of coaching staff members acknowledge her athletic achievements, but only for a player of her caliber. The basketball issue was a social media post that turned the whole thing into a race and officiating referendum, so she was never asked to address it at all. She has caused 2 more different scenarios in a single game in less than a week. This is exactly the kind of situation that raises questions about whether the league's strictly zero-tolerance rules about detrimental contact actually mean anything or if they are only implemented when the internet forces them to.
Y'all look at y'all favorite players.
Went over
Look,
to one of
watch
the officials, as you see Sarah Williams there.
She trying to make it seem like a fan did something crazy to her, right? While I watch.
Angles at the moment.
Look at what y'all looking at. They going to talk to that dude. They've been trying to make him leave, right? She's trying to get somebody kicked out. So he look, he getting up. He end up leaving, right? He end up leaving. So they got to investigate. They got to investigate. Now look at the fourth quarter. Look at who you see back sitting out there. He's sitting right there. That's him right there. And see, these are the type of games that they play when they in the wrong, right? And it's not a coincidence that this stuff has happened because she's been dirty forever. But has she been getting people kicked out like that or attempting to get people kicked out like that? No. Now all of a sudden, now it's time to start kicking people out.
Fans have undoubtedly noticed. People no longer only say that she had a challenging game. They assert that she displays a pattern, and in this field, patterns are given names. iPoker is not a brand new name. Since the Clark event in 2024, it has been tracking her. However, this is now being discussed with considerably less patience and much more edge because it is more than just one isolated incident from over a year ago. There are 3 different players and 3 different faces during the course of 1 week. Carrington's accountability is especially problematic since, instead of talking about the action directly, she wrote about white privilege from the locker room after the Cunningham foul. Regardless of the reason for the post, it meant that the true basketball question, whether the foul was dangerous and whether she had a pattern of risky fouls, was hidden for days by a different argument. Furthermore, since the Valkyries game has occurred, both plots are combining at the same time, and neither one holds her responsible for what occurs on the floor.
Her in the eyes. Bow. Went for the ball. I mean, like, where the, like, there's no, you hit the ball on that one, and right here, like, it's like, all right, I missed the ball, now I gotta smack you. I like, come on, guys. Like, and I know the community is gonna say she went for the ball. She went for the ball. Yeah, I know her head might be shaped like a ball. We all, it's a similarity there. But there's no way DiJonai Carrington continuously gets away with this time after time after time. Like, the compilations, DiJonai is not good. It's not good. It's not good for you. It's absolutely not good for you. You're poking people in the eye, flagrant fouling people. Like, what are you doing? You swipe for the ball and then you smack her right in the eyes. Like, this is...
More than just Carrington's career is at jeopardy each time this happens. Thus, it's critical to have a conversation about fairness. For the rest of that game and the rest of the season, the coaching staff is unsure if Cecilia Zandolini needs a spotter every time Carrington moves onto her. During a live basketball play, Tiffany Hayes touched her face even though neither player had the ball in their hands. Sophie Cunningham seemed agitated after her foul, and teammates had to physically step in to stop the situation from getting worse. Because the Guardian has a reputation for playing right up against the edge of the rulebook, these figures are not abstract. Beyond that, a lot of people who are paying close attention believe that these are actual sportsmen getting real contact every night. Music.
Carrington break more WNBA rules by being on her phone while being ejected. That is a widely spread rumor that started basically after the game and went into overnight. That she should be suspended because she was on her phone after being ejected, and then somebody shared this rule or a screenshot of WNBA rules. So I went to the rules myself. It's a 91-page document, and I've been searching every keyword and every possibility to try to find this rule that they're saying exists, that players aren't allowed to be on any electronic device or their phones 30 minutes before the game or 30 minutes, up to 30 minutes after the game or something.
Then there's the part of the story that introduces still another level of intricacy. Videos and allegations that Carrington was spotted using her phone during the game while still wearing her uniform started to circulate after she was disqualified. That would be a major problem given how strict the league's current rules are. Remember that betting on any part of a WNBA game, whether directly or indirectly, is specifically prohibited by the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement. A few weeks ago, the league had to remove a promotional film that included players making jokes about betting. Since then, the league has been extremely cautious about anything related to phones or gambling. That is something that cannot be disregarded. If there is any truth to it, The league office's silence on the matter is a problem in and of itself because it is incongruous for a league to speak sternly about its gambling rules in one breath while keeping quiet about a player's phone use in another. This discrepancy has been promptly noted by fans.
How many times, how many people are you just going to hit in the face? Let me freeze it right there. It's like every single game you are hitting somebody else in the face. Every game you're hitting somebody in the face like this, and that wasn't even the worst. Take a look at this play right here. This girl's a menace in the league. I'm telling you, she's a menace. It's unsafe for people to be out there with her. It's unsafe. Let's go here. Now take a look at this. You got Tiffany Hayes driving to the rim. And watch, here goes DiJonai Carrington right here. Here goes DiJonai Carrington. Watch her. You're nowhere near the ball, dude. You are nowhere near the fucking ball. Like
1. Every time it happens, the explanation offered is that it wasn't intentional. Every replay also has a somewhat distinct storyline. In the end,
At some point, the WNBA front office is going to have to admit this chick is intentionally targeting the face. Here's Mick. I don't even know how you do this intentionally. The ball is behind her, and she went for the ball with her right hand while clawing her in the face with her left hand. Yeah. White girls are only 15% of the WNBA, but seem disproportionately targeted by DiJonai, the condiment made by mixing mayonnaise and Dijon mustard. Fair enough. Another dirty play by DiJonai. I wonder, is this white privilege as well? Does this qualify as white privilege? Ooh. This is more like DiJonai fatigue.
their jersey. Every time, a front office must ultimately determine whether the output from the on-court is worth the continuous noise from the off-court. And if these incidents keep happening before this one-year pact is even finished, that decision might be made for them sooner than anyone expects.